Question. My players angered a bunch of people at the end of their daily budget, and they're spent. How do I run combat after the party's exhausted? That's their problem. What do you mean? So let me get this straight. Your players, characters, are just spent. They have no resources left. They got nothing. They're low on hit points. They're low on spell slots. The monk has no key points, no more stunning strike. And then they go picking a fight. They mouth off. They say the wrong thing to the wrong people. And stuff's about to go down. And so the question from the Dungeon Master is, how do I run that combat? Because they've already gone through their adventuring day and their resources have been expended and they've got nothing left in the tank. And yet they just picked a fight with some other people who are about to attack them. What do I do? This is not your problem. This is not your problem. This is your player's problem. You did not make them pick that fight. You did not even plan for them to be in a fight at this particular moment. Your players are fully cognizant, I must assume, that they are at nothing. The tank is zero as far as resources go. It's all gone, it's expended, and they're just exhausted, fully knowing their condition. Your players have decided to pick a fight anyway and get people angry at them. And now those people are going to attack them. This is not something that you created. You did not force them into this situation. You did not decide to screw them over hard and destroy them all, obliterate and TPK and grind their character sheets into dust. This was not your decision. This was your player's decision. You should, in my opinion, absolve yourself of all responsibility and run that combat as is. And let your players figure out how they're going to get out of that situation. Maybe they win, maybe they lose, maybe they get the crap kicked out of them. Maybe they are all slaughtered and killed and it's a TPK. I don't think that's your problem. I think that is your player's choice to do that. And if you do not honor their choice, you are in a way denying them agency. You are making it so that their choices and their decisions and their actions in the game don't matter, because you are curating and cultivating the game experience so that there's always a favorable outcome. And at that point, when their agency has been taken away and things don't matter, they're kind of not playing a game anymore. They're maybe just listening to a nice story or something where they get to do some stuff and participate. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but the point remains. They made a choice. They took actions. They did things. Let them figure out how to get out of it. Let you run it as is, and maybe there are consequences. Maybe something horrible happens. Maybe it doesn't. But if you deny them the consequences of their actions, you are basically taking away their agency, and you are not giving them control over elements of the game world that they should have control over. So my advice to you is just run that combat and hope for the best. Like, I don't want to TPK anybody. It's a pain in the butt. Nobody enjoys a TPK, but you picked this fight. So I'm going to run it as is. I'm going to have the bad guys try to win. All the while, I, as the Dungeon Master, am going to be hoping and praying that my players figure a way out of this, because I don't want to deal with the TPK, and they don't want to either. Nobody has fun when there's a TPK. Now, being a Dungeon Master isn't always easy. Not only do you need to run the game at the table, but you also need to prepare the adventures, traps, puzzles, NPCs, and other game elements in advance. Would you like to shortcut just a wee bit of that prep work from time to time? With Lair Magazine, you can. All DM Lair patrons receive a new issue of Lair Magazine every month that contains a plethora of Game Master resources to help you reduce your prep time and run awesome games. For instance, Lair Magazine contains 100% compatible 5th edition adventures designed to be fast to prepare before the game and easy to reference during the game. And each adventure comes with maps designed for use on virtual tabletops. Become a DM Lair patron today at the link below, and not only will you get Lair Magazine, but loads of extra perks, such as hanging out with me on Zoom and playing in D&D games with me.